Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Be Yourself. This is Dr. Rajni Sharma and today I will be dealing with the mechanism of enzyme action and the relation with that of the activation energy. How thermodynamically the activation energy is controlled, or what exactly the relation between the Gibbs free energy and the activation energy. So how we can derive that. In my previous video in the enzymology section, I already have dealt with we have given the brief introduction about the enzymes, about the active sites, how the collision theory and transition state theory is there with the case of enzymes and when enzyme state is not present, and how the acid base catalysis and all we already have discussed about that. So in today's class we will deal with the thermodynamics aspect of the enzyme reaction. So let's start with that. So suppose in case we all know that whatever the reaction is going on inside our body, either inside a living cell or in the non-living cells, it will be or there is a requirement of the thermodynamic stability. So let us consider any reversible reaction. Suppose A is being reversibly changing into B. In this case, what we can say, if del G or the Gibbs free energy change sorry is negative, in that case what will happen, the rate of reaction will proceed forward direction or the forward direction reaction will be favored. But if del G will be negative, sorry positive, on that case reverse reaction will be favored. Whereas when del G is 0, on that case the amount of formation or the rate of formation of B will be equal to the rate of breakdown of B into A. So this states that when del G is 0, we can say that the reaction is now in the equilibrium state. Now let us consider what actually the enzymes do. So I already have discussed that enzyme will favor two theories. One is the collision theory. What does this mean? This means that suppose two molecules is need to combine together to form a third molecule, suppose some triangular molecule, then the orientation of these two molecules should be in that position that their active sites should be exposing each other so that they can combine to form the product. Whereas other things which enzymes favor is the activation energy. So enzymes favor to reach the activation energy. Activation energy is better termed as the transition state theory, or better expressed by the transition state theory by Henry Eyring. So Henry Eyring was there, who said that activation energy is required to overcome the transition state or the potential barrier in any reaction. So as per him, what he said, that between the substrate, if substrate is there and it has to convert into the product, then in between this what is required, there will be the formation of unstable intermediate will be formed. So this unstable intermediate is here it is particularly the state where the activation energy is required, or we particularly need to overcome this potential barrier to change the substrate into the product. Okay, so now coming to the probability, what actually the probability is there to overcome this activation energy in a general reaction. So it was stated that to overcome this potential barrier or activation energy, the probability is E to the power E, capital E, divided by RT. Now what actually E, R and T and this small e is? So E is exponential expression where E is the any energy of a substrate at a particular time. So I can say that suppose you are having a glass being filled with E amount of water, but to completely fill this glass completely, you need more amount of water. So the more amount of water will be here, the more amount of water which is required to fill this glass will be the activation energy or the complete energy, or if I say this state is the activation energy of the reaction, then what will be the total requirement? Suppose this activation energy is E star, so the rest of the reaction will be what? E star minus this E. So here we can say that apart from this energy, so this was the original energy of the substrate is initially having, and apart from that it needs some more energy. So how much energy it is needed? Along with this E, it need E to the power E star minus E amount of energy divided by RT, where RT is the R is the rest is the gas constant and T is the absolute temperature. So what we will get when we will solve this? We will get that the probability to reach this activation energy will be what? When we are requiring some additional energy, on that case this activation energy E will be E to the power. Let's solve it. Let's try to solve it. When we will solve it, we will get that we will be having the expression of minus E star divided by EST divided by RT. Now what it actually means? It means in addition to this original energy, as I am talking about the probability, it is requiring along with this E energy, it required this energy also. So here the AND statement is here. That's why I have multiplied the probability to having this amount of energy, E amount of energy, and probability to get up to the activation energy star naught will be what? E naught, total energy required minus initial energy. So on solving it, we will get it as the E to the power E star or E asterisk divided by RT, where R is the gas constant, R is the gas constant, and T is the absolute temperature. Done. Now till that time another equation was there known as Arrhenius equation. This was well defined in 1889. As per this equation, any rate constant K will be equals to the constant multiplied by this factor, this particular factor. So it will be E to the exponential form of E star RT. Got it? So here we got the first equation which we desire as per the Arrhenius equation. So what was the constant as proposed by Arrhenius? So I have said that two theory is required for the reaction. One is the collision theory and another is the transition state theory. So here as per the Arrhenius equation, the rate constant K will depend on the steric hindrance between the two molecules when they will come together, and another is the collision frequency, at what the frequency that two molecules will collide together to form the product. So here P is the steric hindrance or the steric property of the two molecules, that how close the two molecules can come, and if the two molecules are coming together, then what is the probability of the frequency or the collision frequency. So as per the Arrhenius equations, they have proposed the two constant here, or the rate constant will be dependent on the two state. One is the steric hindrance between the two molecules and the collision frequency of the two molecules. Now how from this equation how we can calculate exactly this activation energy. So to get anything, we need to define any of this property at two different intervals. So let us take the equation, or let us design a reaction at two different temperature. So what will happen at temperature T1? At temperature T1, what will be the rate constant? Rate constant will be K1. So here at temperature T1 we have the rate constant K1, and at temperature T2, some temperature T2, we will be having the rate constant K2. Now simply what I will do, as this is in the exponential form, I will express this equation 2 in the log form. So what I will get here, if I will express it in the log form, I will get log K equals to, and taking log toward the RHS side, right hand side, what I will get, I will get log to the base e, as this is in the exponential form, it will form Pz minus activation energy divided by RT. Well, now this was at any temperature, but I have taken here two temperature T1 and T2, and at these two temperature T1 and T2 I will be having the rate constant K1 and K2. So let us express this equation number 3 in terms of the two temperature T1 and T2. So what I will do, what will the difference between the rate constant when I am having the two different temperature T1 and T2. So suppose at K1 minus, or the rate constant at temperature T1 minus rate constant at the temperature T2, it will give you log to the base e Pz minus E asterisk RT, first equation at temperature T1, minus log to the base e Pz minus e to the E asterisk R at temperature T2. Now let us take RHS side outside the bracket. So what I will get, and we know that when we are dividing up, we are subtracting two rate constant, then we can express it like this: log to the base e K1 by K2, and when I will take all this outside the equation, outside the bracket, then what I will get, log to the base e Pz minus E asterisk by RT1 minus log base e Pz plus E asterisk RT2. Okay, so you can see here plus sign is here with the log Pz, and here minus sign is there. So I can cut this 2 factor, and what I will get at the end, I will get that log to the base e K1 by K2 equals to, here what is the common, here activation energy and gas constant is the common. So I will take it as a common, and has here minus sign is here on, and this side plus 1 by R 1 by T2 is there. So I will rearrange this like this, by R 1 by T2 minus 1 by T1. I hope it is clear till now. So this will become our equation number 4. Now again, when I will simplify this, what I will get, I will get log to the base e K1 by K2, and here when I will rearrange this, I will get E asterisk R T1 T2 T1 minus T2 divided by T1 T2, because here cross multiplication will be there. What I was deriving for this activation energy. So let us express all this equation in terms of this activation energy. E star asterisk will give you, and I will better take this log to the base e with the replace this with the log to the base 10, and you know that when we convert log to the base e to the base 10, then we multiply the equation with 2.303. so here the equation will become 2.303 log K1 by K2 when it will go this side. So here what it will become, or it will become, I will better take R this side also, because when I will multiply this side, I will take R outside, and it will become T1 T2 divided by T1 minus T2. I hope this is clear up to this much. Rearranging this equation, so in a understandable manner, it will be E naught, or the activation energy, will be what? 2.303 R into T1 T2 by T1 minus T2 log K1 by K2. Now from this equation 5, what we can conclude? We can conclude, if the reaction rate, or if I need to calculate the activation energy, then what is required? We will plot the graph between the log to the base 10. When I will plot the graph between log to the base 10 K with respect to the inverse of the temperature, then what I will get, whatever the graph plot we will be having, whatever the shape of the graph will be, I will take the slope out. The slope will represent minus E, or the minus activation energy, divided by 2.303 R. So this will give you the activation energy. This slope will give you or help you to calculate the activation energy. So this is how the activation energy of any reaction is associated with any reaction. So in order to decrease this activation energy, what we required, as here from the above equation, from the Arrhenius equation, what we have concluded, that K is equals to E to the power minus E, or activation energy, RT. Here the activation energy is exponentially expressed in the negative form, minus form. So it means more the activation energy, less the rate of reaction will be. So to decrease the rate of reaction, to increase the rate of reaction, we need to decrease here the activation energy, because it is expressed exponentially here with the negative value. So here the enzyme is particularly targeting this activation energy to stabilize, by stabilizing the transition state between the substrate and product. So this is how it is regulating the rate kinetics, or the rate of reaction of any reaction which will be catalyzed by the enzyme. So as per this reaction, as per this equation, we can say if the slope will be decreased, then we will be having the higher rate of the reaction of that particular reaction. And in the presence of enzymes, it is basically targeting the transition state. So here in the two and this we have calculated the energy to arrive the, or to reach the transition state, and enzyme is directly targeting this E star, or the activation energy. So definitely when enzyme will be present, our rate of reaction will be increased. So this was about the mechanism of the enzyme action with respect to the thermodynamics. And from the next class, the most awaited topic of the enzymology, which is the Michaelis-Menten equation, we will deal with that. We will deal with the Hendry's-Michaelis-Menten equation, and how this equation was modified by the Briggs-Haldane, and then what the exactly need or for the derivation of Lin-Weber-Burg equation. And these topics are very much important with respect to your competition, especially the CSIR, JRF NET, as well as GET. So don't forget to subscribe and share my channel. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.